Who are you?
I'm Katie Crutchfield.
From?
Waxahatchee.
Hello, Katie.
Hello.
Welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Thank you very much.
Katie, right off the bat, I'd like to ask you about this band right here, The Mice.
Oh my God.
What can you tell the people about The Mice?
The Mice are a band from Ohio featuring a young Bill Fox, who is one of my favorite songwriters of all time. He's not super well known. His brother was in the band, and he also played drums on some of his solo stuff. And he's one of my young Mick Jagger. I love that. He's one of my favorites. He just writes beautiful sort of 60s inspired folk songs. And I love him, and I cannot believe that I'm holding this record. I've never seen a copy of it.
And you are Katie from?
Waxahatchee.
Katie, thank you, Neutral Milk Hotel.
What's that?
Thank you, Neutral Milk Hotel. They canceled, so you get to get on Walking Dead.
Oh, is that the truth? I had no idea.
That's what I heard. Who canceled?
People were probably really bummed that they canceled and we got the slot. But I guess thank you.
Yeah, what can you tell the people about Walking Dead? Shotgunning a beer.
I have barely ever seen the show before. It just seemed like a fun kind of thing to do, and then I heard someone else singing a song about me shotgunning a beer and drinking all day, which is weird that I wrote when I was 19, so it was pretty surreal.
Have you shotgunned beers on the beach? Because I heard you like the nude beaches in Seattle.
Oh, man. Yeah. I've never shotgunned on a beach before, but I imagine that that's the best way to do it.
Nude beaches, Seattle?
Yeah,
Which one?
The one across from Kurt Cobain's house. Do you know the one? No. It's my friend asked us if we wanted to just go hang out on a beach because we had nothing to do, and then we showed up clothed and everyone else was naked, and we felt kind of guilty for being there, like we were gawking at them. But it was. I watched this man have a really beautiful moment where he was nude and he was playing an acoustic guitar in the wind, and it was just like this really, really beautiful moment for him, and we got to watch it, and it was nice. Yeah.
And his acoustic guitar really was an acoustic guitar. It wasn't a body part or anything like that.
No, I promise. It was a real guitar. Yeah.
Do you remember canceling a house show in San Antonio?
Yeah, I do remember canceling a house show in San Antonio. I canceled a lot of shows on that tour. It was it
like 65 days, 65 gigs?
It was like 9 weeks. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like sad. You had to cancel a gig in San Antonio, a house party.
I know. It would have been really fun. I actually went back to San Antonio after that. So I think I made good with them.
But the house party that you canceled, they even made a poster for that gig. And I have a gift for you right here. This is the poster from the gig you canceled as designed by Mitch Clem.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember seeing this and being really excited and then being like, I suck because I had to cancel this. Oh my God.
So did you go back to the Baltimore house?
I never went back to the Baltimore house. We played another show. We actually opened for Andrew WK in San Antonio later. So it was a different crowd than this probably was. But I was really sad. This was one of the shows I was looking forward to the most on that tour, and it was a shame that I had to cancel it. But
a Mitch Clem poster. Mitch Clem featuring
Katie Crutchfield from Waxahatchee and P.S. Eliot. Oh my God.
Katie from
Waxahatchee.
Crappie.
What?
Crappie.
Is that a kind of fish?
It is.
Yeah, they have those in Waxahatchee Creek.
When did you discover that crappie was a fish?
Probably when I was like really young, and I thought it was really funny.
So nobody's used that in a review at all, like Waxahatchee crappie.
Not that I've read. I hope not, but maybe.
That'd also be a compliment though, like Waxahatchee Lake has the crappie fish.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool if people knew that about Waxahatchee Creek, but just to describe the records, I hope not. But I try not to read those things.
Katie from Waxahatchee. Have you ever thought about throwing out candy to the audience?
No, I have not. Did I do that?
I was going to say one of your favorite bands, Cub, from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
God. Yeah, it's so funny. I was hoping you would bring up Cub. I love them so much. They're like one of my very favorite bands ever. Nico Case, who's another one of my favorites, was in that band, and yeah.
They throw out candy to the audience. Cub did.
I can't believe I forgot that, and I should have picked up on it. Yeah.
How did you get into Cub?
My sister, it was at a point where we were listening to just about any band that was from that sort of circle of people in that era. We were just like totally obsessed with, and then she showed me Cub, and I was like, I can't believe this band exists, and I didn't know about it already. They're so good,
Well, since you're in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, I thought I would give you a little Cub pack. We have the first Cub 7-inch, Pep, from 1992 for you. The second Cub 7-inch, Hot Dog Day, from 1993. A Cub LP box of hair. Plus, we have their 3 CDs for you. Betti-Cola, Come Out, and a box hair CD, and a Cub t-shirt as well.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. This is like making my Vancouver trip really, really good.
Well, Cub repped Vancouver so hard, we thought we got to rep them right back to you. Katie from
Waxahatchee.
What do you think about the legacy of Cub? Like, this is a good legacy to collect. Have I given you stuff you already have? What are your favorite Cub songs? Do you have any?
Yeah, I do. I haven't no, I don't have any of these records. My favorite song, I'm trying to remember the name of it on this record, is Made in Broadway. You and me, da-da-da. That song is really good. And I really like all of Betti-Cola, pretty much, that whole record. And I actually covered a Cub song, my old solo project did, the song Backwoods. That's like kind of that's like the saddest Cub song, I think. It's really, really good. But yeah, she still plays, right?
Lisa Marr's still out there doing stuff at the Echo Park Film Center in LA. Does films and a bit of music, too.
Oh, wow. I had no idea she was in LA now. That's awesome.
Jon Taffer.
Jon Taffer. Oh my gosh, I love Bar Rescue. It's basically my favorite show on television.
Where they go into bars and fix them up.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Now, have you been to any of the bars that they fixed up?
I have been to quite a few of them. Like pretty much any time that we're on tour and we know that one's nearby, we'll go. Keith and we are pretty big fans.
Do you remember the names? Because I noticed he went into Headhunters and he turned into like a steampunk venue. Yeah. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. What's it called now? It's Metal and Lace. It's actually right by the Mohawk in Austin, which we played with Superchunk not that long ago. And we wanted to go in, but I think it's closed now. I'm not sure, or they have weird hours or something. But yeah, we couldn't get into that one. We went to one called Spirits on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and that was really cool. And they basically just play that episode of Bar Rescue that they were on loop. It's just on the TVs there all the time.
I think maybe you could get involved with the show, like, because you go into bars all the time.
Hey, I'll be one of his decoys. I'm volunteering. If you
want to give him a shout out right now?
Yeah, shout out to Jon Taffer. If you need any decoys, I'm available.
Katie from Waxahatchee. Winding up here, I was curious, what's the song that you wrote all about having a bag of mushrooms go down your throat?
It's a song that my friend Tripp, who actually passed away, but he's a really good friend of mine. He and I bought some mushrooms once when I was in college, and it was a lot. It was more than an eighth of mushrooms. If anybody's sorry, I'm like talking about drugs. So, anyways, he convinced me to take all of them on a school night, and I did, and I stayed up all night, and it was the worst thing I've ever done. It was awful. Yeah, it was like the least fun I've ever had on drugs.
And what's the name of the song?
American Weekend.
By
Waxahatchee.
Katie, New York versus Philly.
Oh, no. I like the Philly better, or the people better in Philly, and the city more in New York.
New York versus Philly.
Yeah, I like the food better in New York, and the music more in Philly.
Pizza versus...
Hoagies.
Cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks. I don't eat cheesesteaks, I guess. I feel like cheesesteaks are like touristy food, and for people who live in Philly, I think the hoagies are like, what's up? Yeah.
Katie, what was it like playing an all-ages gig in Vegas? You played an all-ages gig in Vegas, the Eagles Hall, the other day.
It was crazy. Actually, I'm so glad that you asked me about this because there's a really great story. There was a man there, and I'm not making fun of you if you're watching this. He came up to Keith, our guitar player, and he asked him, or he told him, you know what would be really great is if you guys got caught up in the spontaneity of the moment and you made your Vegas show really something to remember for the audience, and you just wrote a song right now, and it could be called Lost in Las Vegas. And he sort of hummed a melody for Keith and had it all kind of planned out in his head. And Keith was like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to do that. And then he came over to me and he told me the same exact thing. And I was like, I don't think so. It sounds like you already wrote the song, so you can just sing it after we play. And we played our set, and then at the end of the night, he came up to Keith and he handed him a folded up piece of paper, and just said, if you want to use it, you can, and then walked away. And on the piece of paper was all the lyrics to Lost in Las Vegas. And now my other band, Great Thunder, is going to write the song.
And you're going to play it tonight in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, too.
Maybe we will. We'll see.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Katie. Keep on rocking in the free world, and do-do-do-do-do.
Do, do.